half a wheel.
Well, Andy Smith getting second, getting third place there, which allows Tony Casper through to the next stage. And sadly for Andy Smith, he's eliminated with 2 Grand Prix points. Michael Carlson marches on. He'll be racing against his brother in Heat 10, ahead of Tony Casper. Andy Smith and John Jorgensen go home. And now all the Danes are out, Peter, and it's a long while since that happened in World Championship events. Yeah,
Denmark are going through a pretty lean spell at the moment, and now Hans Nielsen's retired. We're looking for riders to take over from him from Denmark, but we've got a few on the way through, but certainly at this level they're a bit thin on the ground.
Andy Smith's 2 Grand Prix points there means that he, well, falls further behind in the Grand Prix, but now we move on now to some people who did much better early on, and we have Lee Richardson in this one in the red helmet colour there. The man in blue is Jimmy Nielsen, who also won his heat number 3 to get to this stage, heat number 7. The first 2, of course, will go through to the main event to join the big boys, the top 8 from the last Grand Prix. Well, the top 8 plus Jason Lance has come in for Thomas Gollop. More on that later. The man in yellow and black there, Greg Hancock, of course, a home rider in the British Elite League for Coventry, goes from the outside. Martin Dugard in white goes from K2. There's the lineup. Lee Richardson from England from the inside in red. In blue, it's Jimmy Nielsen. Martin Dugard goes in white, and on the outside in yellow. Well, I misread that. I think it's Henrik Gustafsson. Well, I'm slightly misplaced from earlier on. Henrik Gustafsson in the outside left. Peter, this is going to be tough.
Certainly is, and on the inside there, Lee Richardson, we saw what a good start he made in his first ride. Can he do it now against Jimmy Nielsen next to him in blue?
Well, we'll have to wait and see. Away they go there, but on the inside there, Lee Richardson boxed out, and coming through now in white there and taking it up is Martin Dugard. In yellow, Henrik Gustafsson goes round the outside. In third place now, in blue is Jimmy Nielsen. At the back is Lee Richardson, but he will have another chance to stay in the Grand Prix, even if he finishes in the last 2 in this heat. But what a ride out front by a man who's a wild card, who's under no pressure, Martin Dugard, currently 3rd in the British League averages, but sailing away here as if nothing matters and not a care in the world with half the race car. Martin Dugard out front, the number 23 on his race jacket. Henrik Gustafsson in second place, having a few problems there, the number 15 are locking up. In blue, Jimmy Nielsen, not as good as he would last time, and nor is Lee Richardson at the back, and with a lap to go, Dugard's having it all his own way.
The lead he's got in this race is just unbelievable. It's almost a full straight length, but look there, Lee Richardson still having a go. He's having to go around the outside of Jimmy Nielsen, but to no avail at the moment, but he's trying all the way, Tony.
Martin Dugard, though, takes the checkered flag by the proverbial street. Ahead of in yellow, Henrik Gustafsson. In third place in blue, Jimmy Nielsen will have to go again to stay in this. And, well, real problems for Lee Richardson, who goes off the track, doesn't finish the race. But Martin Dugard, what speed in that one. 61.97 seconds, the time of Martin Dugard. The checkered flag, and he knows that perhaps he is pretty hot. The man who's currently 3rd in the British League averages. Martin Dugard winning that one with some comfort, taking that checkered flag.
Yeah, that was certainly done on the first corner there from Martin. The track's a little bit tricky at the moment, Tony. There's no doubt. There's Jimmy Nielsen coming back to the pits. A little bit disappointed, I suppose, with that third place there, but certainly on the start it was Martin Dugard that went out like a dose of salts and went on to win that race by absolutely miles. There's no doubt about that. Very, very dominant to that first corner.
Well, they remark the starting lines, of course, for the riders who are going to come out in a moment for heat number 8. And again, strong British representation in this one with Carl Stonehuer and Joe Screen against the Aussie Ron Sullivan. And Greg Hancock, who will be wearing the yellow helmet colours and going from the outside in this one. But there's the result of heat number 7. Martin Dugard and Henrik Gustafsson going to the main event in heats 11 and 12 respectively. Jimmy Nielsen and Lee Richardson will have to go in heats 9 and 10 once again to see if they can stay in this one. Riders moving up the tapes now then for heat number 8 as the action moves forward. Carl Stonehuer is the man in red there, riding these well, Michael Lee tuned Jawas. The rider in blue is Joe Screen doing absolutely likewise. In white is Ron Sullivan, the Aussie. On the outside in yellow and black, the American Greg Hancock. His home track, here at Coventry, the former world champion. Well, it's going to be a battle here. I wonder if Sturdy can repeat the effort he did in his first race, Carl Stonehuer, heat 2. There's the lineup. Stonehuer in the red helmet colour goes in the inside. Joe Screen goes in blue from gate 2 for the conditioner. Ron Sullivan, the Aussie, goes from gate 3, and Greg Hancock, the American, who rides here for Coventry, he goes from outside in yellow and black. That's the lineup. This is heat number 8. I think the starting gate problems have been resolved, and these riders won't have a problem until a couple of weeks ago. But Carl Stonehue's on the inside. Starling Marshall walks away, up fly the tapes and away they go. This time Carl Stonehue is squeezed somewhat, but in white Ron Sullivan picks it up. Pursued by Greg Hancock, the two top dogs away. Carl Stonehue will have to go again. He's back in 3rd place, in 4th place at the moment. Joe Screen is down. Real disappointment for Joe Screen on that top end. We lose Joe Screen. He will have a chance to come back. I don't know if the referee will know. Joe Screen has remounted at the back. We haven't seen that, but we have seen this man, Ron Sullivan, really flying. There's Joe Screen at the back, but there is Ron Sullivan now, ahead of Greg Hancock in yellow. Back in 3rd place in blue, and we'll probably 4th place in blue is Joe Screen. But this man in the white helmet colours, Ron Sullivan, is absolutely flying now, ahead of Greg Hancock, and both will march on here to the main event, Peter, and they're going well. Yeah, certainly Ryan Sullivan's got a good line there, but we can see that there's 2 tracks now developing. There's the slippery inside part and the very, very grippy bit on the outside. Joe Screen tried that big blast around the outside and went down, but Ryan Sullivan's been away from all those problems, and there he goes over the line to take the win. Well, Ron Sullivan second in heat 1. Now he's won this heat number 8. Ahead of in 2nd place Greg Hancock. Both go through to the main event and will hope and be expected so to do. But now there's more work to do for the British pair of Carl Stonehue and Joe Screen in this one. But Ron Sullivan enjoyed himself there. He got the start he wanted, and all the way towards the checkered flag. Ryan Sullivan in white was in charge. Yeah, there's all kinds of things going on behind Ryan there. There's problems with the track. We can see that there's a lot of dirt on the outside. Joe Screen there on the outside going for that big blast around the outside. We can see is in all that grip and just goes down there on a slippery patch, and that was Joe's race over. Joe, of course, will be able to go again, but we can see the start again there. And Greg Hancock did well from the outside, Peter. 2nd place good enough for him. Yeah, he did. It's a long way now from that outside. It's very grippy out there, but into the picture right in the centre there. Ryan Sullivan is at a nice turn, but just look at the problems that the riders are having here. Carl Stonehue on the inside, caught that little patchy bit coming into the corner, and it's causing him a few problems at the moment, Tony. Yeah, but we know, well, there's 2 at the front end. Ron Sullivan and Greg Hancock march on to the main event. Carl Stonehue and Joe Screen will have one more go to see if they can make it. The Brits are still very much alive. The Danes have gone out of this one. The big boys are still to come. It's really hotting up. It's mighty humid here, and the Brandon Stadium in Coventry knows that it has a top-class speedway meeting on its hands here tonight. All the rest of the action will be with you shortly.